it's a subliminal belief that what developers should be doing is hitting the keyboard and typing code, and that we should have started typing code. It's like it's redolent of the job adverts that I remember from the 90s and early 2000s, where they used to say must be able to hit the ground running. It basically means we want you to written half the code, come with your own libraries, and just chug it out, and we're not going to worry about testing or specifications.
Absolutely, and absolutely 100%. But also, we software developers are often complicit in thinking about our jobs in those terms. You get people, so testing's not my job, and those sorts of pushbacks when you start talking about this way of working. But it seems to I'm talking too much, but you're encouraging me because we're in such strong agreements. But I think that our job is to solve problems for people, largely using software. If we can solve the problems without the software, that's still a win. So minimizing the amount of software that we write is probably a good thing.
Well, so I mean, one of my mantras is one that Liz Keogh taught me, which is when you get given a software problem, imagine how you can solve it with an infinite number of pixies. I think she said, an infinite number of small imaginary beings. And once you've imagined how you might solve it like that, then consider which of those imaginary beings could be realized as software, and begin to pink things in. I'm also currently wearing a Lean Agile Scotland t-shirt. I don't know if it's visible. On the back of it, is Gold's Law, which basically says that it's a complexity law, which basically says that most complex systems that work invariably evolved out of simple systems that work. And it seems to me that we have a real problem in the world at the moment, that people go straight for the complexity rather than trying to find a simple way, and then having processes, potentially manual processes, to cover the few cases that fall outside of the simple path, and then gradually engineer it, design it so that it can cope with more and more of the corner cases. Because you can go and try and do everything all at once, and 80% of the stuff you do will never be used. Or you can go deal with the 80% that happens all the time, and then have exception process handling to deal with the 20% that don't fit into those. And so we don't appear to be very good at understanding that. It seems to me that the cost of creating and maintaining software, despite the fact that everybody knows it's expensive, is still wildly underestimated. And so people try to solve all the problems all at once for the first release, rather than being able to prioritize the things that will actually deliver the most value the quickest.
I think I'd taken even a slightly harder line than your t-shirt, in that I think that all complex systems start off as a simple system. I can't think of anything complex that sprung fully formed from the mind of some genius. That they evolve and develop over time. Even when you think about Einstein riding on his train and imagining trains going at the speed of light and what that would happen, but that came out of lots and lots and lots of other learning that got him to the point to allow him to think those ideas. And he still didn't get it all right. He was still getting special relativity before he got to get general relativity. So even when we are genuinely talking about a genius, it's not that simple.